Will Campbell, really quick before we get to Cody Worsham. Let me know when we have
they want to know
Worsham.
My bad.
I don't have like a groundbreaking story on Campbell. I just think that how underappreciated we are. And I don't want to say that as if like we're taking him for granted, because I just think as much as we heard about him in high school and the way that he stepped in spring and plugged into left tackle, and Brad Davis coming through here in the offseason and telling him how, telling all of us how he motivated a guy like Campbell, where, he said on the first day of spring, I started him with the third team. He said, and I made him earn every single rep to make sure that he went to the first team. He also mentioned that every meeting that Will Campbell has ever been in at LSU, and I still go back and forth with Davis. He and I still text every now and again, and sometimes I'll ask him, is this still the fact? And he says, 100%. Campbell is the first person in the meeting room every single day. Every single day. Does that mean he's going to be an All-American? No. But couple that the fact that he is an All-American and that's his mindset, maybe we do take for granted what we're watching in Will Campbell. Maybe we don't understand how special of a player he really is. When guys like Andrew Whitworth, when guys like Todd McClure, when guys... there was one more that Jacques Doucet was talking to, one more prominent offensive lineman of the past with Andrew Whitworth, Todd McClure, and Alan Faneca, the Hall of Famer out of all three of them. All of them, when Jacques asked what Emory Jones and what Will Campbell were doing as true freshmen, they had no words. They could not even describe the thought of them, those guys, Faneca, McClure, and Whitworth, three of the most dominant offensive linemen that LSU has ever had and ever produced to the league, all look at what Will Campbell and Emory Jones are doing and like raise their eyebrows and take like deep breaths. They're like, I can't imagine doing that. I mean, when those guys speak of it in that terms and you watch how Campbell played as a true freshman, and the fact that he's going to be on campus for 2 more seasons is it's unfathomable to think how good he may be 2 years from now. Because the crazy part about Will Campbell, and it really is nuts, is that he's still a baby. He still looks like a baby at 6 foot. I mean, he is the Jolly Green Giant that looks like a toddler. I mean, like, he is a great Halloween costume by himself. You know what I mean?
He
like,
just put on a diaper.
He looks like a 300-pound baby that will kick your ass. I mean, that will absolutely flip the switch when he gets out on the. How many times did he get beat this season? I mean, really and truly, where did he slip up? Where is the time that you said Campbell's costing us? Campbell's killing us. Campbell can't block this guy. At what point? I mean, he missed a block against Arkansas, I think. But they had some confusing stuff going on. But, I mean, for the most part, wire to wire. And this guy started wire to wire. Other than a freak health episode the Friday night before Tennessee, he played every snap of his freshman season and won the majority of them. I mean, Whitworth, McClure, and Faneca can't fathom what these guys are doing. I mean, we all just kind of took for granted. I remember when they were coming up in Monroe and when Emory Jones was at Catholic High, they're going to start at LSU as freshmen. It's easy to say they're going to start as LSU as freshmen. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to play at LSU as a freshman. These two guys started, and specifically Campbell for right now. Both of them just incredible of what the future looks like around him, but specifically Campbell. Campbell came in, had his starting spot earned by the end of spring, carried it over to fall, started the opener, and closed out the season. I mean, I know that all of us watch a ton of football. We all respect the game. We love the game. We love watching the game, and it's tough to speak of, but it's crazy, this freshman class, how good they are. I mean, with guys like, Campbell and Jones that you're building your entire offensive line around. By the midseason point, you were calling your plays to the strength of the freshman offensive lineman. And guys like Harold Perkins and guys like Mason Taylor and guys like DeMar Tolian, who's playing more late into the season. Scout Team Player of the Year. Walker Howard for LSU as a true freshman. I mean, that's as gratifying of an award to see on paper as any of them. To see that Walker Howard is the Scout Team Player of the Year. What's that tell you? Every single day he was bringing it against a pretty good group on defense, right? I mean, they don't have All-Americans flying around there in the defensive backfield like they've had on the Ponderosa for the last 20 years, but they still got a group that'll get after you. And a group that I guarantee you it was competitive day in, day out for a kid like Howard. And for him to be the Scout Team Player of the Year tells you, again, the future's bright with this class, man. This 22 class feels like Whitworth and that group who came in 01 and was the backbone to the 2003 national championship. I'm not saying that this group wins a natty, but you look around and the contribution that this group is making feels like a year and a half from now, man, that this program is in really, really good hands.